person out and not the other person that's just as bad. They're selective. A lot of people are selective.
When you sit and listen to their supporters, sorry, Chippy, but when you sit and listen to people's supporters, it's just insane that grown adults are acting this way on this app. There's no way on earth that anybody's saying that they're going to do anything regarding children, putting even children's names out. Exactly. There's no way anyone can back that and say, oh no, that was used as an example. Don't use my fucking kids as an example. Don't do that. Mind your fucking business. Concentrate on your own vagina.
Let me tell you something, right, Alicia, right? If today you were sat in EQs, right, as a supporter, and every time she mentioned kids, you, in that chat, said, I don't support that shit, you need to cut that shit out. If everybody did it, she'd be pressured into stop doing it. If every fucking live and every room you went into, people just stood up for themselves and said, no, we're not listening to that shit. I support you, I like you, but I'm not going to put up with that shit because it's immorally wrong, it'd stop. But people are not doing it. There are people that are always vocal about it, like you, Alyssa, you're always vocal. You know, you'll stand up and you'll say it, but not enough people are doing it.
Getting back down because someone's saying they're going to go and find something. Go and find it. Put it where you want. No one fucking cares. Send me a uni. I'll tell you the name of the football team myself. Like, grow up. What are you doing with your life? Have you been outside recently? Go shopping. Go and have a look in Zara. Go and do something. Go bowling. Get a fucking grip. Stop being so obsessed with people online. And these grown adults that have got people's names in their names. What are you doing? Especially if you've got children, what are you doing running around fangirling over someone on social media? Are you not embarrassed? Because I have secondhand embarrassment for you.
And most people would not even, most people don't need all this drama. What they'd like to see is maybe these people living their lives and going around doing the shopping and going around and doing bits and talking and generalising. And do you know what I mean? They'd still follow them. They don't need to do all this shit.
Do you know why everybody's catching straight? You got to stop and take a moment and think about why are these people catching strays, right? I haven't been online and I haven't watched any of this. Somebody messaged me and said that my name was mentioned. I have no idea what's going on. But basically what's going on is EQ and Rickster are fighting, right? And how are people that are not associated with either of those people catching strays out of nowhere? You're getting, it's because she's upset that she's being called a groomer. Well, respectfully, where did that come from? So basically, you're deciding to attack absolutely everybody because you're being called a groomer because ultimately you put money into a child's account. That is grooming. That's, you're getting upset. Sorry, go on.
The whole thing with like Rickster and EQ is boring. Everyone's bored of it. You lot have been going for weeks. People spoke about it when it first happened. Nobody cares anymore. And you lot are just going on and on and on. FYP shows that people do don't need to be about what you lot have doxed about each other this week. Literally no one cares. I've said as well that I've had messages from Rickster that shows that EQ believed she was in a relationship with him. So I've stuck up for her in that sense. However, no one fucking cares anymore. Life moves on. Just block each other. Stop talking about each other. Stop doxing each other's whole lives. It's boring.
Exactly.
You can't have control over what people speak about on their FYP. The universe, the TikTok universe, does not revolve around your lot's bullshit. Nobody cares. I cannot reiterate this enough.
I'll be honest, I think, and I'm going to say it with chest, even though me and him are kind of sorted, I think what he does is he does it for views. I used to be friends with him, obviously. He used to, out of nowhere, when his views were struggling, he would talk about EQ because he knew it would get numbers. He would literally, out of nowhere, start ranting about her. And it was very frustrating because I'm sitting there as his friend telling him to stop doing it, and he just wouldn't listen. And my issue is EQ sitting here saying, oh, people are making these accusations about me. But you've said wild shit about children as well. You've literally sat there and said about Pearl, Miss Red. So why is it okay for you to make these wild accusations? Even though you're going to say it was just me saying it as a retaliation, it doesn't matter. You've still put that out there in the atmosphere for people to hear. So why is no one coming for you for the shit that you've said?
You know what gets me with AQ, right? If she's that angry and upset because her relationships are broken down and she's genuinely fallen for people and she's hurt by them, don't need to fight like this. You don't need to be going at somebody like this. What she should have done was tell her story. Tell her fucking story. People would have been interested.
Nailed it.
Do you know?
You nailed it. Because genuinely, if you are hard done by and you just tell people the truth without all the horrible scumminess, people will go, you are the victim here, rather than
Well, not even a victim, Devon. Just a person of interest. Just they're interested in the story because maybe they've experienced something like it, and they want to hear other people talking about it. And it hits a heartbeat with them, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Just be human about it. And you're going to have people that will blindly forever back Rickster and Talia. You're going to have people that will blindly back EQ forever. You're never going to get these people to change their minds. And why do you care? They're not making any difference to your life. No one can, like, you don't have to get absolutely everybody to say, yeah, you were a victim in this. Some people will say that you were, some people that will say that you wasn't, but who cares? What impact is that having on your life?
I would have loved to have heard how she were hurt by her ex-boyfriends and how she thought life should be and where it's ended up and how they've maybe done things that they shouldn't have done. And I think everybody would have loved that story. She could have podcasted it, she could have done all sorts with it, but instead she's changed it in now to a vile, vicious, horrible playground.
I'll be honest, when she first came out, after the whole situation, I will give her this, she didn't come out nasty. She showed receipts, she showed voice notes. I remember her coming in misread and showing like the voice notes that he...
But you're missing the point, Courtney. That's still digging at somebody. That's just trying to get one up on somebody. That's just trying to
but she
say her
was
point,
trying...
have a go. No, just tell your story.
No, but that's what she was doing. She was, to be fair, she came on. She didn't come on like straight away and tell her story, but you could clearly tell that she was someone that was hurt. She did come on and show voice notes and receipts of her being manipulated. And made believe that she was in a relationship. She did. I've got to give her that credit. And then what happened is Rickster then made a video with her passport saying, how could I be transphobic when she, on her passport, says that she's a man? Yeah, so I have to, like, look, I'm not, I think it's back and forth now. I agree it's back and forth.
I'm sorry, Courtney, but from that initial conversation she could have had about her past relationships and stuff, right? From that alone, she could have spoke for her whole year on relationship issues and even deeper down other stuff, other avenues from that whole conversation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could have, you know what I mean? You don't need to be that vicious, horrible person trying to get back at somebody, trying to get one up on somebody, trying to, like, you're a winner of something. There's no winners in arguments. There's no fucking winners.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It just needs to, like she has with Jack, I think she just need to block and move on. But I get it in a way it's hard because I personally seeing it, I think it's him. I think she's retaliating, but she's retaliating in the way that EQ retaliates.
But why is she retaliating though?
reactive abuse.
I agree.
Nothing like a woman scorned, they say.
I know, but if she just stopped, if one of them, I'm not just going to put it all on EQ, but if one of them just stopped talking about the other, there'd be nothing to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think they're both as bad as each other at this point. If it is as serious as how Rickster's trying to put on the app, then it needs to be a police situation.
I'm such a good.
Because my honest opinion, what he's doing is I think he's kind of diminishing the whole situation. The moment that you sit on this app and start being transphobic, and again, I'm okay with, like, not okay with them, but like, you know, I've sorted my history, but they literally only a few days ago were sitting in Talia's live saying really horrible stuff. The moment you start doing that, people aren't going to listen.
You're flogging a dead horse.
The massive knob.
Oh.
Who has? Randy.
We only got the last two words of that page.
I think she said she's just been to the fish shop.
Randy's got a massive knob.
And the
I
fish.
know, but that's not what I said. I said, I think EQ's a massive knob.
Oh.
I mean,
Feel anyway. I don't care about, like, I need to start taking my own advice a bit more, but I feel like when people are playing these videos of their games, it gives them traction and it widens the scope of their BS. And I think there does have to kind of be a point where people kind of go, I'm not going to play your your stuff so it narrows their audience to just because whether she'll choose to admit or not, EQ took her a knock to her brand at one point, and then she's come out the other side and gone back to normal. But I know she felt it when she went to sub only. Everyone became evils. The circle had tightened, and now, rightly or wrongly, I think Corey has widened that again, and I just can't work out where you stand with that, because it's like you stand against her, you feel morally good, but then you'll do something that's really bad from her. You're playing with people.
Do you know what it is though? He was saying he stands against her, but yet he was perpetuating the same behaviours that she was. He was still doxing people. He was still doing the same things. He just wasn't aligning himself with her on a personal level.
Yeah.
But he's still showing, they're all still showing you who they are through their behaviour. They don't need to be speaking to each other to show you that. I think the fact that they're just speaking to each other again just proves that it's about content, and nothing that they're exposing or addressing, they don't care about it. It is just content. It's a money making scheme. They don't actually care about anything that they're talking about.
Do you know how I know that they don't care? Is because the reason that me and him fell out in the first place, because there was someone that, I'm not going to say names, but there was someone that was modding for him, and he still kept them as a mod, even though that person was sitting battling that SH Alfie after him defending that Smokes. I brought that up as
SH Alfie said he was going to batter me. I said, don't threaten me with a good time.
Do you know, that to me, that's why I don't trust this whole I'm caring about children and all of this shit. I don't trust it. I'm sorry.
It's about kids.
No, how they're claiming that the reason that they're going against EQ is because they care about children.
Who said that?
Rickster and that.
Oh, piss.
Oh, Rickster is a boring beg. Why do people even still talk about Rickster? I love Luke so much, and it's crazy that they're cousins, because I think Rickster is yawn.
I'll tell you
He's
what,
boring.
right? Do you know what? The way Rickster's behaved lately, and I know what's gone on with him and Talia, right? And that, and I wouldn't wish that upon anybody, right? And I get the upset because I've been through it, right? But when Rickster is behaving like he does and he's doxing people and he's going at people like he is and all that, for me, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
And me, he is potentially that person that will go out there and do something really stupid and he'll be all over the BBC News. That's how bad he's looking right now.
I just think, do you know what I think? Yeah, I think grow the fuck up, because you know, like, it was horrible what happened about when they were talking about Talia and all of these things. But do you know when, like, no one talks about your personal business? When you don't sit there and beg and argue with little weirdo Trumps like EQ on the internet. You know, like, if you don't dox people, you don't get doxed. You know, if you don't go into these wars, nothing happens. Who the hell's doxed me, like, and gone over the top, or who's doing this or who's doing that? Like, do you know what I mean? Rick's the kind of person that sits there whinging about the attention and clout that he got from doxing other people, and it comes back on him. Like, don't involve yourself with these pathetic little TikTok, like, wars. And nothing's gonna happen. It's really that simple. Mind your business and drink your goddamn water, sweetheart.
Paige, for me, is a police case waiting to happen. When I've listened to him,
It's strange.
it's weird behaviour. Fucking weird.
Man, I don't trust no man with Botox.
Wait, what?
Fuck off, Devin, don't stop.
I ain't got a nice
Deal.
sausage.
I like, a Devin and Alicia were in my life last night when this happened, right? But I feel like I've sat there and went, yeah, I'm quite happy to squash things. And I am meaning, when I say squash things, I mean, I'm not going to keep rehashing what's happened in the past, right? But at the same breath, I'm still not going to sit there and buddy up with you. You're not my friend. We're never going to be friends. Like, but
You're scared of him, Courtney.
No, I'm not. What?
Are you scared of him?
I wouldn't say I'm scared of him. I just don't want.
You know, when you speak about him,
Huh?
you speak about him like you have a fear of him. I'm not kidding, you do.
Like, obviously a little bit. I'm always still going to have a little bit
Well,
of a
no,
fear.
don't.
I'm not gonna lie.
Why are you scared of him?
I'm not lying, you talk like you're scared of him.
Did he do something to you?
No, he's probably fucking put words on her and fucking said, if you do this, you do
Obviously,
that.
me and him have a past. I don't want to rehash it, but like most people know what happened on the app. But like,
I actually don't. Someone text me.
Do I? But I'll let him carry on.
I'll message. I'll tell you in private. Because I've said it.
Right, because I'm not even trolling.
But he literally, all I'm going to say is, I said I'll squish, but if you're going to do shit that I don't agree with on the app, I'm going to talk about it. Because that's the sort of person I am. And when you have someone come in my room and say, I'm going to do a fake beef live with you and battles, which they used to do in the past, and my name was often brought up to the point where they even said that they would put me down like a dog. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel that there's something you were wanting to happen, because that live never ended up happening last night. And the more I sat and thought about it last night, I was like, they were trying to like pull me in for like drama.
Yeah.
And for an argument to happen. Like, I mean, obviously Devin and Alicia were there when Scotty came into live, but that's how I felt, like, the more I think about it.
I'm so confused. I don't know. I only knew Rickster through... He went out with EQ, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Boyfriend and girlfriend, right?
Yeah, he were...
But did he deny it? And then, like, he pretended like they were just, like, meeting up on TikTok at first or something.
That's what he tried to say they were not in it, but there's recordings out there of him getting his young...
So did he clap cheeks?
Call her mummy and all that stuff. And... Yeah.
Clap cheeks?
What does that mean?
No, I don't think they did anything like that.
Oh, God forbid.
Courtney Ray says she's thingy you.
Did they do what?
What, Courtney? Yeah, I'm just getting me ketchup with mayo. It's been a bloody
he scammed her out of money, apparently.
He scammed her out of money.
Yeah, Paige, there's the recordings that EQ's put out. If you listen to it all, it's all in there.
I will never give her the views, Chippy.
No, on the video.
Give her the
Do it in
monetized
private.
views.
Do it, add it to you. Just do it in private.
No, I mean, if I watch anything that she's put out, video-wise, over a minute, she gets paid for it, and I refuse.
No, she hasn't put it out. Somebody else has put it out.
Oh, okay, I'll watch it.
Do you know what's annoying? I don't even want to talk about her or Rickster. Like, they stay completely off my radar until they do F stuff, like try to dox children unprovoked.
It's weird.
It's just so, and it's because they can't relate. It's because they don't have that feeling of somebody putting out their children's details. I just think it's the lowest of the low. Like, it's weird. It's weird behavior.
Yep.
Yeah. I think we're all on the same page that it just needs to stop.
Yeah.
Move on. Like,
It was part of a pyramid scheme, wasn't it? Scamming off pensioners, timeshares and stuff.
I think on both sides.
Rickster.
Yeah, but Rick's just like I said, I've heard the messages that he was like the voice notes and the messages he was sending to EQ. He was speaking to her as if she was his girlfriend. That's what he was doing. And they were talking about family events and this, that, and the other. I've heard it all. And I do believe that she was scammed into thinking that they were going to be like romantically together.
Yes.
And I've never
Deserve to be scammed.
accused them.
Who, right, Alicia, who, you're a parent, I'm a parent, who would get their child to call somebody mummy if there was no intention there?
Yeah, it's fucked up. This is what I'm saying. This is what I've been saying.
You obviously know, like, why he said. He's obviously embarrassed. You obviously clearly know why he was lying, not just for the finessing thing. I think it's because he was going to get, people thought he was going to get taken the piss out of. But I still think some people deserve to get scammed. So, womp womp, cry cry.
And I believe you're right, Paige. I think that...
You ain't going to wish death on people's babies and then cry because Rick's stole a couple of grand off you bitch. Get over it. Triple the amounts in a couple of battles making people cry, you racist little scone.
Anyway, I think we will. But like, I don't know. I feel like I want a conversation with Corey because I just don't know. I don't understand.
What do you think
He's going for Corey again now. Sorry,
It's all right.
Who is?
EQ's going for Corey again.
What now?
No, last night she was saying that she's coming for him and he's not going to like what she's got in store. But, like, no one cares.
It's weird though because like 2 days ago you're using each other's platforms to. Yeah,
Do you think, Devon? Do you ever wonder if some of these people befriend each other to try and get intelligence out of each other about how they're thinking and what they've got to say really behind the scenes? And once they get that info, they sort of part ways, knowing they've got that ammunition to go back at them.
Yeah.
maybe they're playing. Maybe they're thinking that they're smarter than they are, kind of thing. Not smarter than they are, but like, oh yeah, I'll be your friend and get the information and then expose it all. But
I've been on it a long time.
By the way, Rickster's also doxed EQ Minx at this point. Like, he's doxed EQ Minx's address.
Oh, Lynn's.
And what's the point? Do you know what I'm saying? What is that point? That is absolute pointlessness.
What I mean,
What's it
that's
going
what
to
I'm
do for anybody?
saying. The reason my children were brought
achievement?
into it yesterday is because I sent Luca uni. That's the reason. She said, get me Alicia's kids football team because of this shit in misread and because I sent Luca uni. That's why she's upset, because everything for her comes down to gifts, money and views.
But
If you're doxing people, right, there's only two things you want out of that, as far as I'm concerned. You either want somebody to live in fear, which then you get off on, or you want somebody to go do something to somebody so you don't get your own
course you do.
It's weird behaviour.
which one is
Put
it?
my ex's name out on
Who is it?
Facebook. And some bullshit. He got some bad reviews because he used to be a fencer. He got 2 bad reviews. She put all that out on Facebook. What else are you going to do? What are you going to do? Dox my dead mum? No one cares. Talk about my kids? No one cares. It just shows more about you than me. I'm still
And
happy.
what's all this
in my
about the
home with
Luke
my
stuff,
children.
Alicia? Because I've missed all this. I haven't got it. Nobody's tagged me in it yet, neither. So I don't even know if I've got the video about what happened last night.
Luke's had his old address doc, so no one cares.
Oh, so it's his old address.
Yeah, no one cares.
Right, okay. And what about this about Red's granddaughter?
EQ was saying that Luke goes to Red's house to do things to her granddaughter.
And have we got this video? Is it on video somewhere?
I haven't got, this is just what people have told me.
Well, if anybody's got it, will you tag me it so that on Friday I will, what do you call it?
I
See
think
things like that, I don't play them because it's disgusting. What an awful thing to say about someone's innocent I don't know how, I think she's like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It's a little baby. What are you doing? What is running through your mind for you to say things like that on the big internet in front of thousands of people? What are you gaining from that?
I think somebody's just shared it to me.
It's gross. Like, I don't
Thank you, these guys.
I don't
And
get
all your people around you, and now like EQ Minx has been doxxed. Other people have been doxxed because of your behaviours. I know she wouldn't give a shit, but is that fair? No, it's not. Because some people are living like in somewhere where they're safe, away from people who have abused them.
I'll be honest.
Listen, we all live in we all go home on an evening to our own safe little space, which is our homes, right? The last thing you want is somebody trolling you and throwing bricks through your windows, or throwing eggs at your windows, or stood outside your windows shouting and mouthing, or rattling your letterbox, making you fearful of what might happen. It shouldn't be happening.
Can I be honest? I think that if the shoe was on the other foot, if someone else was being doxxed, EQ Minx wouldn't give a fuck. And I'm going to say it as it is.
Say that again?
I don't. If someone else got doxxed, EQ Minx wouldn't give a fuck.
Well, I stopped watching EQ Mix a long time ago because she's too far up EQ's ass. She can't see right for wrong. So, like you said, if it's EQ doxing, it's all good. If it's somebody else against EQ doxing, it's bad.
You've got to remember that EQ Minx, it was EQ Minx's life. Even though EQ had said what she said, EQ Minx allowed cantuing to happen while Talia's fucking crying her eyes out.
Yeah, it's just,
Telling her
you know what I
story.
mean? And when you behave like that, how can you sort of like, it's just normal. People don't think stuff's funny, do they?
I got on with EQ Minx, right?
So did I.
And we got on really well, and I never really had a problem with her. But this goes down to that whole thing of still remaining friends with people. When certain things were happening and lines were getting too far, I could no longer associate myself with certain people, and I'd really get on with them. Even borderline to a point. I've always been and bigged up Borderline, and I've always said to her, never pick sides. But when certain things have been said and they stand with EQ, I can't be associated with you anymore.
If you put a video up, I'm like you, Dave, if you put a video up and saying I stand with EQ when she's done wrong, I'm sorry, fuck off, go away.
So both for her and all of this shit. So thing is, what we're doing is saying we don't want to be around you. We're not doing what EQ's doing, doxing everyone just because you associate with another person. We're not about that, right? But it means I don't want you in my space. If you're sitting there agreeing with someone laughing while someone's having a mental fucking breakdown, piss off and don't come in my room.
Mm-hmm. Might as well be in a cult for that, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
You started it.
Your system, Devin.
Pardon?
Sorry, I mean, while I'm rambling. Did you get out your system?
Listen, not even like the things that I was gonna break shit down properly, and I was gonna, the laughter took me out of the mood, and I'm sure that, look, because of this now, this will fucking spark something, but it is where it's just knowing that how petty people are, that you can't have a conversation without it going to extremes or without someone crossing a line. Like you should be able to have this conversation online, pure and simple, without thinking, oh, this is going to go on for months. And that's why people shut up and don't say what they want to say. It's because they're like, oh, I just can't be asked with the, like, they've set a precedent of behavior. Rickster, like, people, here's the thing, right? I would love to speak to them as well, but you can't even do that. But it's like, you're supposed to be a man of God as well. This is another thing. You're a man of God, apparently, and you're acting like this. It's indirect, like, it's completely against what you're supposed to be.
Christians, God-serving Christians, do not behave that way. No way. Look, my uncle were a vicar and had his own church for many years. I would never expect him to behave like that. And he would say the same thing. That's just not Christian-like. That's not. You can't speak for God when you speak like that. Then you do this, man. No way.
Wait, I've got a question to ask. Brigham, where the fuck have you been?
I've got an itch in my shoulder blade and I can't get it. Oh.
Where's my words? I'm going to call you out. I can see you.
Who?
Brigham.
Were you not on this morning?
Being ill and ... No. He's not been on for 2 days.
Imagine mods. That's a joke. I'm sorry, that's not funny. Oh, sometimes jokes just come to my head. I'm so fucking stupid.
Like school holidays and Alex's new mod partner don't have to get up in the morning.
Stop it, no.
For fuck's sake, guys.
Fuck it, oh, sorry. That's the kind of humor, like,
sorry, Alex.
It's really quick, sorry.
Do you know what? You would have done the same, but I hope you're okay, Devin, Alex.
Get me off your brain.
Wish I had a mod that could make a nice bacon sandwich in the morning.
Who was it? I heard someone today actually saying they make good bacon sandwiches. I can't remember who it was now.
I can't have them anymore. I've hit the gym, can't do it.
Yeah, I'm going back myself.
Yeah.
I need to go to the gym.
I wanted my son to join Devon, and so he joined, and he said, I'll only join if you join, Dad. So I said, right, okay. I know, Alex. But I know you're getting it on with, and that's, like, they're not my type, to be honest.
Unsingle mums.
Have you seen who Alex is dating?
Can we please stop this right now? Because this is turning into, like, an Alex hate live.
Courtney, does it not shock you who he's dating?
Alex.
Courtney.
Huh?
Does it not shock you who he is dating?
I know who.
I was surprised. You don't know, because he's lied to you. If you're not shocked, then you're lying.
Who is it?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You tell me, because I'll tell you you're wrong.
Alex, if you want to come in and have a go at him, you're more than welcome.
No, he knows who
Is
it
it
is.
delusive Angie? Is that what you're about to say?
Heck. Jesus, man. He's never going to be able to pull her.
I feel really bad because he just
You want to
said
know?
well, and you guys are being mean to him.
I'll tell you next time I come in. I'll tell you who it is next time. I'll tell you on Friday. But Delusive Sally, we know who it is. That's all I'm saying. Hint, hint.
I've just spat my fucking food out.
Slippy got.
I don't know if he got removed or if he removed himself, to be honest. I think I need to go. This live has been going on too long.
Has it? How long is too long?
I've been on since 10 o'clock.
All the evils are sitting silently in your room, by the way. I saw them all come in.
Great. Well, as long as they go for you, Devin, and not me, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not like. I've got this thing where I don't. It's a weird one. I don't actually care, and I know to just ignore. But sometimes you just get heated, and then I don't know. I'm having a debate today.
Are you having a debate, Paigey? What debate are you going to do?
Based on race, of course. I just don't know what.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm literally. I've already been out with the kids. We're gonna eat with them. We're just gonna watch a little bit of the rest of our film we've been watching, then I'm gonna go live and do debate.
Do it.
Is Randy coming?
Huh?
Is Randy coming?
Of course, my husband goes wherever I go. How the hell did you get in here, dog?
I look forward to. I want to see.
I'm gonna get all the EQs in because EQ is in love with me.
I want Randy on the panel.
Yeah.
If he's on the panel, then none of us are coming.
Randy will come up if he's not working. He's a very busy working man, Devin. Okay. But if he's not working, he's actually currently looking at caravans because me and him are gonna get a caravan and do it up together in December.
I've been like Devin in the box.
Yeah, we're getting married. We're gonna live in a caravan and it's gonna be stunning. Basically. Any of the large sausages, sweetheart.
Devin, can you admit now that I am the debate queen?
No, you got sidetracked so many times. You went to do a quiz. You asked one question, and I mean, I love the chaos. I'm here for the chaos. We had a meltdown.
You getting sidetracked or everyone else getting sidetracked?
A bit of everything, really. I loved it. I was here for it.
So I'm the debate queen now.
Is anyone gonna is Queen Ree ever gonna be able to tell her story, or?
Devin, why are you bringing that up again?
Because
What happened?
it was traumatic for me, and I don't know how to deal with it.
Did you speak about one of our personal things with our family and our kids?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Queen Rhea is like, she's just not the best articulated, but her story's actually mad, you know? Like, no, they're my mozzarella sticks, sweetheart. And pickled onion, bring that right here. She's actually got, yeah. It's just a mad story. She just can't articulate herself very well, I'll be so real, but she's a good woman. But she just, reading the room type situation sometimes, you know?
She's got amazing stories. I remember one where she was like, she tricked a man into sleeping with a trans man or something. Her stories
Wait,
are
what?
wild.
What?
Were you not there for that?
Why would they put scraps in a separate bag and not covered in salt and vinegar? This is despicable.
As revenge, she's got to tell her stories. I'm gonna have a Queen Where is she? I'm gonna run the live where she can just tell her stories.
Do it
With a
immediately.
Huh?
Do it now.
I can't find her.
Put her in there. Do me to vibe.
No, I don't mean in my live, in your live.
Okay, I'll go live right now.
I will. We
Devin, go
will.
live.
That's my pickled onion, give it to me.
Stop shouting at your kids.
I'll scream at them right now.
Gentle parenting, please. Talk to him at a level.
You better piss off right now.
Excuse me, Cairo, that's not very good. That's my onion.
And then Kyra will dash the onion at my head. Look, now the boy's gonna
I'm
cry.
kidding. My child is still asleep, right? I came down the stairs and he's watching an Arsenal game that he's probably already watched on the night. Come
What
back
a
down, he's
game.
re-watching it.
I don't think you understand how epic that game was. I love and respect your son for watching it again. I've been watching it for a long time.
What, have you just watched it over and over? Can we talk, actually, Devin, I'm not going to lie, but the story you put up of, was it Jungle Book? Yeah, the Jungle Book was hilarious.
Nobody knows about these things, Courtney. Shh. You can't. Don't talk about the personal ones.
Oh, sorry.
Gosh.
I thought that was your, like, everyone one.
No. I don't have any of these weirdos on there.
Oh, great. So you're saying I'm not a weirdo then?
You snuck in somehow.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to go and have a life.
Liar.
Are you going live or am I going live?
I can go live until you finish.
Like, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, no, I can go live until then, just as a open house.
Go immediately. Love you, Courtney. Bye.
Love you. Right, I'll see you guys at Devin's. Bye.